We are taught that wealth is a simple equation. Income minus expenses equals freedom. But for millions, that math never adds up. It's not because they can't count. It's because the human brain wasn't designed for a modern economy. It was designed for survival. When you are drowning, you don't think about how to build a boat. You think about the next breath. This is the scarcity trap, a psychological feedback loop that turns financial pressure into a neurological prison. It's a phenomenon where the mind, under the weight of immediate need, begins to sacrifice its future just to survive the next 24 hours. Today, we go beyond the bank statements. We are dismantling the hidden architecture of the mind to understand the silent patterns that keep people poor, and how to finally break the cycle. Psychologists call it tunneling. When the human brain experiences a shortage of a vital resource, whether it's time, food, or money, it undergoes a fundamental shift. Your cognitive bandwidth narrows. Imagine your brain is a processor. Financial stress is a background app that consumes 80% of your RAM. You aren't bad at planning. You simply don't have the processing power left to do it. Research conducted at Harvard and Princeton revealed that the mental tax of poverty can actually drop a person's functional IQ by up to 13 points. This isn't a character flaw, it's biology. In this state, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for long-term strategy, is sidelined. The amygdala takes over. You stop asking, "Where will I be in 5 years?" and start asking, "How do I pay the electric bill by Friday?" The tragedy of the scarcity trap is that it forces you to make decisions that solve today's problem while making tomorrow's problem even bigger. There is a cruel irony in modern economics. It is incredibly expensive to be poor. To understand why, we look at the Vimes boots theory, popularized by author Terry Pratchett. The logic is simple. A rich person can spend $50 on a pair of boots that will last 10 years. A person in a financial crunch might only be able to afford $10 boots that last a season. Over 10 years, the poor person has spent $100 on boots and still has wet feet, while the rich person spent $50 and has dry feet. This is the poverty premium. When you lack the capital to buy in bulk, to invest in quality, or to wait for a sale, you pay more for everything. Interest rates are higher for those with less. Late fees punish those who are already struggling. Small, urgent purchases act as a dopamine tax, a fleeting moment of relief in a stressful life that feels like a necessity, but functions as a leak in your financial boat. These $5 and $10 escapes aren't the cause of poverty, but they are the emotional glue that keeps the cycle intact. We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are programmed to see it. Most of our financial scripts are written before we even open our first bank account. If you grew up in an environment where money was a source of trauma, a limited resource, or something only for the corrupt, your subconscious mind views wealth as a threat. You might find yourself self-sabotaging, spending a windfall as soon as it arrives, or avoiding high-stakes opportunities. This is internalized classism. If the world tells you that people like you don't succeed, your brain begins to filter out opportunities to prove the world wrong. You stop aiming higher because the invisible ceiling feels like a solid roof. This is why environment is so lethal. If everyone in your immediate circle is in survival mode, normal becomes a struggle. Breaking out doesn't just feel like a financial move. It feels like an act of betrayal to your community. In the world of wealth building, risk is the entry fee, but for someone in a scarcity mindset, risk feels like a death sentence. Behavioral economists call this loss aversion. The pain of losing $100 is twice as powerful as the joy of gaining $100. For someone with a safety net, a failed investment is a lesson. For someone without one, a failed investment is homelessness. This biological fear keeps people stuck in safe but stagnant positions. We trade our potential for a false sense of security. We stay in the dead-end job because the fear of the unknown is louder than the hope of the better. To build wealth, you must move from a defensive posture, protecting the little you have, to an offensive posture, positioning yourself for growth. But you cannot play offense when your brain convinced you that you're always one mistake away from total disaster. The final barrier is one of language. Wealth has its own vocabulary: compounding interest, tax-advantaged accounts, leverage, liquidity. Most people are taught how to earn money, how to trade their hours for dollars, but they are never taught how to make money work for them. This is information asymmetry. The systems of wealth are designed to be confusing, creating a barrier to entry that feels insurmountable. But here is the turning point. The patterns of the past are not the blueprints for your future. Neuroplasticity proves that the brain can be rewired. By introducing financial education, we shift the focus from survival to strategy. We stop looking at a paycheck as a way to pay bills and start seeing it as seed capital for a future life. Wealth isn't built in a single stroke of luck. It is built through the quiet, relentless decision to think in years instead of days. It is the choice to look past the tunnel and see the horizon. Poverty is not a permanent condition of the soul. It is a temporary state of the mind. Once you understand that your brain is being hijacked by the stress of scarcity, you can begin to fight back. It starts with awareness. Audit your internal scripts. Recognize the dopamine tax for what it is. Find a new environment that challenges your normal. The goal isn't just to have more money in your pocket. It's to have more space in your mind. Because once you reclaim your cognitive bandwidth, you gain the most valuable asset in the world: the ability to choose your own direction. If you're ready to stop surviving and start building, the first step is changing how you think. If this deep dive shifted your perspective, join us. Subscribe to continue the journey into the psychology of freedom. Start thinking differently today.